Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Pant and I hope you are doing very fine at your home. So it's a long duration after which I'm coming back on this channel. And the reason that I'm coming back now is I feel there is a perfect time where the teachers have given enough awareness throughout the country regarding how the NEET cutoffs can go low. I think little bit the anxiety of the parents would have decreased, that students would have realized that their marks are not as low as they are thinking, and the ranks would be coming much better. This clarity is there in the head now. So the initial trauma that came suddenly after seeing the marks, that would have reduced, and I feel now people are coming back to their senses and realizing that now is the time to think about what they have to do in the future. Why am I realizing all this thing is because in the last couple of days, around 3 to 4 days especially, I'm realizing that more and more messages and calls are coming regarding a single doubt. That, sir, should we drop one more year? Should we prepare for one more time or not? Or how the paper in the NEET examination, like it has come this year, would it be the same next year also? So point by point, one by one, I will be discussing that, as you might have seen in the title of the video as well. So there is no anti-climax in the video. Whatever I have given in the title, same thing I will discuss point by point. So the first thing is, NEET 2025 paper went tough. And was it beyond the syllabus? That should be the first question. And I think more or less the answer would be no. As expected, that around 99% questions are directly from NCERT and remaining 1% was related to the NCERT. They did not ask the question from the deleted syllabus. This is very important thing because we are missing that point as well, that the deleted syllabus were there and there was so much scope of asking the question from these points which could have spoiled the paper even further. But interestingly, they did not ask a single question, even though JEE Main asked in second phase of the examination in the same year, in 2025 only. They crossed the boundary of what was the syllabus given by NTA itself for the JEE Main, but in NEET examination they did not do that. So yes, paper was tough, but was the paper completely irrelevant as compared to the syllabus? Answer is no. So first major point, paper was within the syllabus, but yes, the paper required a lot of mathematical approach in physics and some good questions in organic chemistry and lengthy paper in the remaining chemistry as well as biology. And some lines of biology came which otherwise, some diagrams also came which otherwise people would not be reading that much. So that is the fault in the preparation part of the student, I would say, rather than questioning the intent of the NTA at this point of time. But yes, physics paper was tough, no doubt. So how has been the paper of NEET examination historically? We have to start with that, and then we have to come to the point that how the NEET 2026 paper is going to be. But before going to that, I would like to think about two approaches. Approach number one could be, like if you would ask me around 5 years, 6 years back, when my experience was less in this field comparatively, I would have told you that it doesn't matter how the paper would be coming. The paper is same for all. The number of students selected would be same. It doesn't matter. That is one approach. But now as the time has grown past and I'm realizing that the main question right now is not about the people who are already in the senior inter. The main question is about the long-term students. The main question is about the repeater batch. That should you take a drop or not, or the senior inter student this year, those who are thinking to take the NEET next year, they need to know how the paper level is expected to come, because the skill set required to solve the NEET 2024 paper and the NEET 2025 paper was totally different. NEET 2024 have checked upon the accuracy and very little knowledge depth. NEET 2025 have checked little bit of knowledge depth. Accuracy weightage become comparatively lesser as compared to 2024 requirement that was there. And mathematical skills, they were required more. Good decent level of thinking was required in physics especially. In chemistry also, in organic part I would say, some decent level of knowledge was also required and practice was also required. 2024, that much preparation was not required, but yes, the people who are focused and knowing a little bit of NCERT, like general education they would have taken, even board examination prepared properly, but accuracy is good. They would still have got the seat at that point of time, even though some good students who prepared throughout 2 years specifically for NEET examination might have lost the seat because of the accuracy in the 2024. So now, if the paper is going to come like 2024, a different set of skill will be required. For 2025, different set of skill will be required. So it is very important at this year to understand how the NEET is thinking, how the NTA would be thinking. When I say NEET, I mean the conducting body would be thinking. And for that, we have to see from our horizon of beyond 2019. The whole fundamental mistake that many students, teachers as well as parents have done is that they are just thinking of 2020 onwards, how the examination has been conducted, how the cutoffs have been going. But that's the rule of nature. Whatever goes up has to come down. Be it the share market, be it the economy, be it the marks, cutoff can never go to 720, like keep on increasing, and it cannot reach to 720 one day. It had to come down some year. Yes, drastically it came down this year, but since when? Since 2019 the cutoff was increasing. So let's increase our horizon to little bit from the beginning of the NEET examination, somewhere around 2014-15. I will take the consideration of 2016 because 2014-15 is too much of a premature period for NEET examination, because just the CBSE to NTA kind of shifting was going on. All that drama was going on in the government, political drama was going on, that should the NTA be conducting the examination or CBSE should be conducting. Then another political drama was going on in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu and a few more states who did not want to participate in the NEET examination. They wanted to conduct their state examinations like MSET. So 2016-17 onwards, a clear picture of NEET examination came. So let's compare one by one. I would take my consideration of 2025, 2016 and 2018. Now, why? Because 2017 paper was in between 2018 and 19 level. So I cannot, once if I discuss the paper of 2024, 25, 16 and 18, that means remaining all the middle papers get covered automatically. So number one, 2025 physics was the toughest paper. After that, we can say 2018 and then 2016. That was a physics paper order. So this has been the toughest level of physics which has come by this time. This means next year, the level of physics going above this, the chances are lesser. On the other hand, the chances are more that the physics level will come slightly down. And again, I'm telling you, slightly down does not mean that the person is scoring 10 marks in physics this year will be scoring 180 in the next year. Scoring 180 in physics will still be a challenge. Yes, physics marks have come lesser not only because physics being tougher, it also came lesser because people were finding biology and chemistry lengthy, so they were getting lesser time for doing physics as well. Even though this fact, if you consider as well, the people who attempted physics first, they have lost more seat this year as compared to the people who have attempted biology first. So that approach should not be changing. Biology should be attempted first, chemistry after that, physics later. If any other thoughts are coming in your mind, it is just for creating confusion unnecessarily. I will not mince my word in saying this, that it's your wish, you can do, there are several ways. No. I am considering you as an average student, because if you are extraordinary student, you will not be needing this specific video, how the NEET level is going to be in future. And for average student, I mean a student entering into AIIMS Delhi also would be an average student if he is working hard. He or she is working hard. So keeping that in mind, even the top 10 ranker of NEET examination could be one average student who has worked at an extraordinary level. You should be doing biology first, preparation also, exam attempting also, then chemistry, then physics. Because when biology comes tough or chemistry comes tough and physics comes tough, the level of physics toughness could be so high that it becomes undoable. But chemistry, because of inorganic part, some direct concept, direct facts might come in the examination. Biology, that factual information becomes even more because of that. And the weightage of biology is also more. So less chapters and more weightage we can say in that regard, like double the weightage, and almost same kind of syllabus is there like in physics and chemistry. That way, biology will always be more scoring, could be lengthy. There your presence of mind is required when to move on to the next subject or leaving the lengthy questions. That is a separate approach which you learn over the period of time in 1 year or 2 year duration when you prepare for the exam. But biology should be attempted first, then chemistry and then physics. That's a perfect way of attempting the paper. At the same time, you also need to realize you should not be stuck in the questions whenever you are attempting for the NEET examination during the exam or any exam for that matter. So yeah, number one, physics level is expected to go slightly down. The reason I have told you very clearly, because it has reached the peak of historically 2014, 2025. This was the peak, or even historically 34, 35 years is peaking. Physics was the peak by this time. So either same or little lesser level will be there. Even though the same level will be there, now the preparation of the student would improve. Automatically the teachers will take it more seriously. The students are going to take the subject more seriously. So eventually the paper would appear to be easier. That is about physics. Coming to chemistry. Chemistry 2016 paper was the toughest paper, and very important point. In 2016, in chemistry, at least 4 to 5 questions were there which were bluntly out of syllabus. At least 2 are there in coordination compound. I think 3 questions or 4 questions came from coordination in 2016, out of which 2 are bluntly beyond UG level. Even in JEE Advanced, they cannot ask that because we don't teach that in JEE Advanced as well. Yeah, some books, little bit about that is written, like about Gentile distortion, little bit is written in some of the books. But trans effect is a clear, we can say, GATE, NET, JRF syllabus. Same goes with kind of, it's very simple concept, but not there in the syllabus. So it becomes, and that also factual question came in the trans effect. Conceptual question did not come. Same with the Gentile distortion, factual question came. So the intention of 2016, especially phase 2 paper, probably was to teach a lesson to some of the people who forced the CBSE to conduct the NEET examination one more time. Probably. That is my individual opinion, I should say, and it has nothing to do with what the government was thinking at that point of time. But I feel that could be the reason, because if we are thinking that probably the conducting bodies don't care about this, no, because in 2016, when Supreme Court specifically said to CBSE to conduct one more NEET examination, paper came even more tougher. Out of syllabus questions came. Till this date also we said don't do 2016 questions. Some of them are completely out of syllabus. At the same time, 2024, too much noise was there. Supreme Court again has to interfere. Then also, the NEET was conducted in such a way that now people are suffering to get the marks, but they have learned the lesson. They did not cross the boundary of the syllabus. So coming to the chemistry part again, 2016 toughest, 2018 and 2025 level, I would say more or less similar. But 2018 was little better than 2025 chemistry. Now why I am saying so is that in the 2025, the physical chemistry part was not that tough. Organic was good, and not completely, I would say complete organic part was not good, but 2-3 questions were really good. But in 2018, in physical chemistry, 3 to 4 questions were really good. Now understand, inorganic chemistry kind of was 4 or 5 moderate questions were there this year also, last year also. But the inorganic syllabus have decreased, kind of. A little more syllabus has been added of practical part. So now chemistry will be deciding a lot of the ranks for next year. Why am I saying so? There are 2 specific reasons for it. Number 1, 2018 physical was tough, organic was okay, inorganic was okay. 2025 organic was tough, inorganic was okay, physical was okay. So that means we are still waiting. In physics, we are not saying that mechanics was tough or the ray optics was tough. We are saying the whole paper was tough. But in chemistry, we are not saying the paper was tough. The bloodbath we have seen in physics this year, that has never been seen in chemistry throughout the history of NEET examination yet. That means physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, all 3 by this time have never been tough in the same examination. 25 organic tough, 16 little bit inorganic, they went beyond the syllabus of NCERT. Physical chemistry okay, organic chemistry okay. Some tricky questions were there. 2018 physical chemistry was tough. So now the expectation would be, if they are going to slightly decrease the level of physics and they want to keep the cutoff near about same, because once they have given the shock, once they have taken the blame, ki haan, we are conducting like this only. After that, going back to the same 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 trend, that NTA would not like to do. Because a lot of courage would have taken in setting up a paper like this, which will shiver the whole nation in this way, that people are now crying and begging. And at this age, it's very difficult for the government also to handle the parents' anger and especially last year Supreme Court interfered. So they have taken all that risk in setting this paper up to increase the level of the paper for decreasing the cutoff. Again, going back to 2019 will not make any sense for them. But physics would decrease the level automatically because of the reasons I told you. Better preparation and already the peak have reached. So chemistry level would be increasing. Would it be going beyond NCERT? Less chances are there. Because even though they set this paper like this, still they managed to keep completely all the things. Even in the toughest paper of physics also, no one can claim that this concept has not been touched in the NCERT anywhere and the question came from there. So, talking about the blindly, if you are just mugging up the NCERT question and answer, that won't help. NCERT gives you the boundary of the syllabus. That's all. Your thinking capacity would be developed after practicing good number of questions. So chemistry level I'm expecting to increase next year, which will be a very rank deciding phenomena specifically for 2026. Now why it is going to be a rank deciding phenomena, that is also a very important thing to understand. When physics comes tough, it comes so tough that almost no one is able to solve the paper properly. Students I'm talking about. But when chemistry comes tough, the tough becomes doable. For some of the students who have prepared chemistry well. Physics, those who prepared well also, they also suffered a lot and got 50, 60, 70, 80 marks only. And those who did not prepare, they got 0, let's say. So 0 to 80 marks difference only came. But in chemistry, even a tough paper, a student will be able to score 175 to 170 to 180. Somewhere in that range, they can score if they are actually preparing good. But in the same chemistry paper, someone might get 20, 30, 40 marks also. The difference can be more than 100, 120, 130. In the upper and the lower range. So this way, chemistry, even tougher papers are doable. But some fine lines of NCERT can be asked, like in 2018. There was a chapter, now to not in the syllabus, but polymer chapter was there. In that first paragraph, like in biology, it happened this year. That happened for chemistry that year. In the first paragraph, one line was there about bakelite and melamine something. Network polymer, some line was there. And that line exactly came in the examination. And because it was so obvious of a line, that while reading that line, it did not appear true or false. But when people read that NCERT again, especially students, in our batches, so we taught, because we teach NCERT generally. But after that, the hype of NCERT came in 2018. Similarly, 2-3 more questions were there which came from NCERT. And after that, we started teaching them properly in the NEET syllabus, even though they were in the previously JEE advanced syllabus. But because that was mentioned in the NCERT, it came in the examination and that was a trend-setting paper. So 2026 could be a paper in which chemistry, even though that kind of questions came, that was still doable paper and people were getting 140, 150 in chemistry easily. Easily means toppers were getting easily. So chemistry is going to be deciding because some people will be finding the paper moderate to easy, even though it will be tough because of the good preparation. Because chemistry tough paper cannot be extremely tough, thanks to some factual knowledge as well. All the numericals cannot come. Only physical chemistry questions cannot come. Only thing that chemistry papers can be doing tougher, like what JEE Advanced does, is that it mixes physical, inorganic and organic. And that's what most of the people would be doing if they are going in a decent coaching institute and working at a decent level. Next, regarding biology, 2016 paper again was tougher. 18 and 25 level was almost same, but paper becomes lengthy eventually. Over the period of time, the biology paper has become lengthy. So it will not affect the marks of biology directly, but it will affect the marks of chemistry and physics because of lesser time left for doing the paper. So now biology will be kind of like a buffer. It will be neutralizing the thing. Chemistry level would be increasing. Physics slightly decreasing, not significantly decreasing. But yeah, a score above 100 would be possible by average student as well in physics. A score above around 130, 140 for average student working hard is possible in chemistry next year. And I'm saying working hard means I'm talking about those people who will get into decent colleges. And biology again 320, 330 would be possible. That is the expectation as per the trends that has been seen. I'm just following blindly the Maxwell distribution curve, which works. It worked in COVID curve. It worked in any distribution by this time. It should work in this phenomena as well. That is the most calculated guess we are going to take. Now, are they deciding the paper level? We already answered yes. Next year will they decide the paper level? Yeah. So what guidance can the paper set can be given to the paper setters? Keep the paper moderate in physics, moderate to tough, not very easy. they would say this thing as well. Not very easy. Don't let the cutoff go very down. Chemistry, you can compensate that. Biology, keep on going in the same way, because biology, no one is critically saying that biology paper was bad. So when critics are saying very less about biology, the chances of changing the biology pattern is also lesser. So the same way the biology has to be worked. Each and every line of NCERT would be important. Some lucky draw will be there. Some untouched lines will be there that you will find surprisingly coming in the examination every time, and you cannot do anything about it. Even though you prepare very well, some lines will be skipped, some questions will be lost, some questions will get by luck. All that is there. Next, will the paper be lengthy? Yes. Next year, 3 major points are there now. So number 1, the paper would be lengthy. I've written the points which I wanted to say. The paper would be lengthy. Number 2, chemistry will play more significant role next year in deciding the selection, and physics will play as usual. From this year onwards, finally physics got the respect what it deserved always. Physics will decide the toppers. That had been before this 2020-21 section B Tarvata, which drama happened. Before that, the same trend was there. Biology was securing your selection. Somewhere you are getting a decent marks. Chemistry was making sure you get into a medical college. And physics would make sure that you get a good rank and a good college. Next, what is the expected cutoff next year? Now it's very funny that this year by this time also ranks have not come, so how can we expect the cutoff? But the kind of panic that NEET has created in 24 and 25, it is important for you to understand how the trends are going to go, because the most unpleasant thing in life is uncertainty, except for Heisenberg. But at this point of time, we can give a little bit of idea to you that how the trends are going to be there. It will make your decision making easy. So that's why, funny, kind of sometime I might find it stupid after 10 years if I see this video that I am making a prediction of next year cutoff, even though this year cutoff is not decided. But assuming that this year cutoff is around 470 for AP, Andhra Pradesh, AU region, and taking that around 520, 530 for All India quota. I'm taking it on a higher side in the All India quota presently. So next year, my expectation is that around 470 to 520, in between this, the cutoff will lie somewhere. Lesser than 470 going for next year is difficult. At the same time, getting above 520 is, I think that would be the policy by NTA to not let it go beyond 520, 530 for states like AP. Telangana, you can understand automatically like 50, 60 marks lesser. For All India quota, I feel around 540 to 550, maybe maximum up to 570, 580 it can go, but 580 is like too much far away. I feel somewhere around 540 to 550 or maximum 560, 570 it can be going, depending upon this year cutoff, how it will come. So if this year 520 will come, then around 540, 550 will go for All India quota next year. That is the expected cutoff. So now, sir, if I do only biology and chemistry, I will get the seat. No. You will, because if you are doing only biology and chemistry, your brain development stops. So the most stupid thing to do is, sir, this year I will read biology more because last year I read physics more. Read all the subjects equally. That should be the first thing you should be doing. Around 320, 330 in biology, around 120, 130 in chemistry, and around 80 to 100 in physics should be the target you should be setting in AP state. Now, is this kind of a trend, like the NEET level suddenly dropping, NEET cutoff suddenly dropping down and maintaining near about same level, is this good or bad? I would say it is very good for hardworking students. For extremely talented students who are not very good hard workers, 2024, 23, 22 kind of paper were good. And little bit controversial it can be there, but this was the statement of the students of AIIMS Delhi only, of 2016-17 batches. Ki, sir, the crowd which is coming now in AIIMS Delhi is not as good as it was there in our time. That every batch will say. But why this perception came in the mind, even though the student was good? The perception came like this because NEET level was decreasing. So the respect was gone for NEET UG examination. The respect was gone for the people who were qualifying that with AIR1 as well. And especially if you have 20, 30, 40 AIR1, so obviously there is no role of 720 marks anymore or more than 700 anymore. So as the NEET level is increasing, the respect of the examination would be increasing. Automatically the people qualifying the exam, even though the number of students would be same, rank 1 would still be rank 1. But in a tough paper, getting a rank 1 gives a more authentication, like more authentic result it sounds. It does not feel like luck. Also, the person who is qualifying the examination will also feel that I have achieved something, because gap between rank 1 and 2 will be more, between 2 and 3 will be more. So that way it is a good thing, because the hard working students should get what they deserve to do, what they deserve to get. Eventually, luck should play as less role as possible in the examination, which is conducted once in a year, and for which people prepare for 2-3 years as well, and on which obviously our healthcare system depends upon. So for such examination, luck factor should be minimized, and this kind of a paper is very important. It is just like I always give the example of labeling effect in chemistry. It is there to explain that. I say, for example, if I conduct a test for all of you and I ask you table of 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3 are 6, 2 4s are 8. Nice. By this test, will I be able to justify, or will I be able to select a student who is more intelligent and who is less intelligent? Someone would have mugged up to 1s, 2s, like in a tuning. Someone would have mugged up very properly, like any number I can ask from anywhere. But at the end of the day, it is table of 2 only. Na? Everyone knows it. My day was bad and I did not properly do. I said 2 6 13 by mistake. But I know it's 2 6 12. But 2 6 are 12. But the point is, why should luck or my day be such an important factor? And when this becomes important, when the question paper level goes down, then the factor of luck becomes important, and then hard-working people, actually talented people, real talented people who have worked upon their talent even in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, who deserve to sit in that place, they might suffer. Not all of them, but some of them whose day is not good, health is not good in that day. But in a good paper, in a tough paper, even if your health is bad and if you are good, like you prepared nicely, you were expecting 580, you might get 520, but you will still get a seat. This way, I feel it's very good. And those who are willing to work hard. Now coming to the last point, who should take the drop? Like in a flow I started, but I kept some points, so I'm stopping in the middle. So yeah, who should be taking the drop? I thought about it a lot. And finally, I thought there are 3 categories of people who should be taking the drop. Number 1, I remember when I was an aspirant, after BTech also and after senior inter also. Both the time, in the ending, I studied a lot. And when I studied a lot in the end, I got the taste of how the study feel like, how knowing something feels like. And I loved that feeling. I loved the feeling that I'm knowing more, I'm exploring more and more the subject, I'm becoming better in the subject. And this developed a feeling of that I'm willing to learn more, I'm willing to read more. That was probably the reason that I continued with the teaching profession as well, because it has to involve a lot of reading as well. So I feel there are many of you who, after this examination, those who had studied a lot in the final few days, especially senior inter students and some of the long term as well, they might have got a little taste of studies and they would have loved it. So those who are willing to read, sir, one more chance, if I get something I might get better, I don't know if selection will come or not, that no one knows. But if that feeling is coming, life is one, give it a try. You should 100% give it a try. Life is one only, and this profession is something which you carry till the end of your life, and after that also people will remember you like a doctor only. So yeah, number 1, who should take the drop? Who are extremely feeling that urge to learn a little more and read a little more. No doubt, doesn't matter how much marks you have got, 100 you got, 20 you got, doesn't matter, because we have seen our toppers from last year like 233 getting, now suddenly they are getting around 590, 600, 620 in this paper. That is getting into a good aims from almost nothing in the last 233 in the last paper was 2024 paper was nothing, peanuts, and now suddenly they are going so high in the rank. Under 1000, under 2000 rank will come in the all India level. So previous marks does not matter for those people who are willing to study. Category number 1, if that thought is coming, no need to double think, no need to think about anything else, immediately start the preparation. First. Second, for those people who have completed one long term, one repeater batch is over, 1 year drop they have taken already, or 2 year drop they have taken already, given already 1 year time or 2 year time. For them, if your difference of the marks is less than 100 between your marks and the expected cutoff, let's say 470 or 460 in AP state, for instance. If less than 100 difference is there, then your state cutoff, it's a no-brainer. You should one more time try. Sir, but already one drop taken. So if in case you feel I don't have the energy left or I don't have the zeal left to study, it's a no-brainer. There is no point of studying at all. There is no point of wasting your time and energy in biology, physics, chemistry. Work hard in the college, join some course. But if you are not completely tired and you are disheartened, but not completely tired, you are still having the energy to learn, and your 100 marks difference is there because of your ill planning during the examination. Sometimes during the examination the planning goes wrong, physics done first or too much time invested in biology and chemistry, and these things can change easily in a day or two. In such cases you should be giving yourself a chance. You're not taking a drop, you're not taking someone's like your parents' money, you're not taking for some luxury and partying and all. You're giving yourself a fair chance to get what you deserve in this life. Plus your parents deserve that proud feeling to call you a doctor, and that only you know that you are this close. So those people, I 100% agree that those people who are very close to the cutoff, and very close I mean around 100 marks difference or less than the difference is there in this paper, without putting much brain, they should enter into the preparation as soon as possible. Third, and the most important, this year, and we were saying this from last 2-3 years amongst the community of the teachers as well, that this year has marked that NEET examination is not really so easy to teach. It is easier than JEE Advanced if I come to subject knowledge, but then preparing the student for 180 questions in 180 minutes, it is difficult. Plus at the same time, little bit of NCERT depth you have to go, conceptual knowledge should also be there, superficial knowledge will not be enough. All these things we are talking about, but since COVID, like the education level of the country went suddenly down. Mathematics came suddenly down. Teacher expectations came suddenly down. Parents' expectations came suddenly down. They were expecting that NEET examination marks are just like board percentages were coming, CBSE board percentage and the NEET percentages were coming equal. Means that was a joke for this examination that was conducted. So this year onwards, it is very important to choose your coaching, your mentors very properly. Reason being very simple. Gimmicks. If those who don't know the meaning of this word, search on Google, you will realize the gimmicky way. There are some very good teachers available in the country at this point of time who are delivering the lecture, enjoying teaching. I also enjoy that. Just because I have fun in the class does not mean that I am not serious about the teaching part. I am talking about the gimmick. Gimmick means only drama. Using the emotions, because understand this is very important concern. That was one of the major reason I made this video as well, that right now the students are extremely emotional and extremely weak. So the emotional fool can be made very easily. Like I don't want to exactly quote the names, but there are some places I'm feeling that this is unnecessary drama going on. And in such cases, the student has to be extremely careful in deciding where they want to go. For that, rather than thinking where this subject is good, that subject is good, you need all the subjects good. You need a strong teaching team, proper teaching team, and not a boring teaching team as well. I'm not saying the boring study should be there. It should be interesting, but at the same time, it should be studies. That's the main job. And there are some wonderful people doing their job throughout our country. Our country is so vast that so many talented people are there throughout the country anyway. But if you have the accessibility of such people on a daily basis, my suggestion would be, my personal opinion is, online education for teenagers is extremely deadly, because at this age the distractions are more, and when you are preparing for an examination where already you have been wounded 2 times, 24 and 25 as an aspirant, it becomes very important when you are investing 1 year of your life, it should be totally dedicated to the studies at least once. Especially those who are in senior inter students, they will realize that from nursery till senior inter you have never given your whole year for studies. So many years you studied, like 15 years you studied in the schools, but you have never given your full year also properly. Out of 15 years, 1 year also not given for complete studies and gaining the knowledge. You did the schooling because schooling was supposed to be done and certificate course was supposed to be taken. But if you are taking a drop, you will not get a certificate, you will just get knowledge. And for that, it is very important for you to realize that if you are taking a drop and you are not able to control your senses, it becomes very risky to take online at this point of time. Second, if you are taking offline nearby your house and the team is good, even though not very famous, even though some local people only know, but you understand their subject and you are able to complete a whole NCERT, every single question in detail properly, as well as previous year JEE mains question as well, that you can understand. Recently you might have prepared from some of those teachers. If you are able to do that, because there are some very talented teachers who are not very popular by this time, and they might, those underrated teachers, those who are not very much in YouTube and all this online community, and they are teaching very good, but they are nearby your house, but a single teacher cannot decide it. Your biology, chemistry and physics whole team should be strong. That institute only you should be choosing at this point of time, because more than the money 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh will be earned easily again. It's a regainable resource, we should say. But time, your life, you have limited number of years here. Assuming life expectancy of around 80 years, which the future doctors like you will increase eventually. If 80 years also, if I take on a 75 years, if I take on an average, 1 year, 2 years are going to matter a lot. So much fun, so much emotions you'll be able to just let go for this examination. So you cannot risk it just because it is closer to the house or more comfortable or something like that. Give yourself the best chance if you are giving the chance. Otherwise, if you're okay with you're not very passionate about being a doctor, it's totally okay. It's your life call. And in that case, you should not be feeling bad later on by seeing a doctor if that feeling will not come. It's totally fine. You should be joining the course which you are joining, no problem at all. But these three kind of category of students should be taking the drop. Number one, who are willing to study. That feeling is there suddenly after the examination. Sir, one more chance I want. No brainer. Take the long term. Take the repeater batch and take in a good coaching. Where your phase chemistry, bio, all three can be strong. And NEET relevant. Again, one more controversial thing I will say, but very clearly, I have taught JEE Advanced, I have taught NEET, and after that I'm clearly telling you, I felt as a teacher that NEET is easier to teach than JEE. I was highly mistaken. JEE require more subject depth. True. NEET require more subject volume. This is also true. NEET require better teaching skills. This is the most important thing. I always tell to my faculties also who join here, sir, we have taught JEE, NEET, so we can easily teach. And then after giving the process, they realize, no sir, we understand what requirement your institute is having regarding the NEET standard that you have set. And that's why it's important to understand that any random person, just because he is knowledgeable, will not be able to guide you very properly. So this thinking that he is a JEE faculty, he will give us good physics knowledge or good chemistry knowledge. Even though I had been in Kota as a JEE faculty, when I came to Vijayawada, I was a JEE faculty for 1 year. But it took me 2-3 years to realize that I still had to learn a lot at that time of how to teach mathematics to a student who has left mathematics. So this talent comes with time only. So I would say, choose your mentor wisely. This year matters a lot. And this year specifically, this year like 25 and 26, you will see that established coaching results would be becoming better. And the small institutes result will be going down because of this reason only. That less number of people were preparing the students in a decent manner. And some people were doing more of the gimmicks, and now they are trying to cover up the faces as well. But a student should realize that don't take an emotional decision just because you want to go somewhere because you are connected to the faculty. That's okay. That's also one of the major reasons to join an institute. But at the same time, connection only does not matter. Subject, delivery, knowledge of NEET examination, wherever you feel you can blindly trust the person, there only take the admission. And that is how I would say overall, the conclusion. That's how you are going to decide will we be taking a drop next year or not. Final words, paper comes tough, less number of people are more in fear that should we take a drop or not. So I feel this is an opportunity of competition going down, because many people, they would have got significantly lower marks. They will not have the courage to take a drop anymore. And those could have been the potential toppers of next year. So like in share market, people were saying ki market have gone down, economy is going down, and war is going on, economy going down. At that point of time, those who invested in COVID time, those who invested money in the share market, you will see a lot of share news came after COVID. Why? Because everyone was wounded. At that point of time, some courageous people went forward, they put the money, and now they are sitting at huge amount of money. In the same way, when whole bloodbath have happened throughout the country, marks are going down. Now those who start the preparation, when others are wounded, taking the advantage of this time, this decreased competition will make it easier for even average student to get extraordinary rank probably next year. That's my prediction. Full and final conclusion. I hope I was able to clear your doubts. Thank you. Tata. Bye bye.